You want to start or you want me to start?
I'll start. Let me just hit this all hands real quick. I'll reintroduce you because some folks might have forgotten who you are out there. I'll call you the per diem tournament director.
Okay, we are live.
My bad.
I'll put the spotlight on you.
All right, folks, welcome. We're here. It's not just me today, folks. We are joined by the regional director, Anthony Dioria. Nice to see him tonight. We will get into his detailed oriented process in a moment. But first, I want to finally say we have closed out registration. We are locked in at 30 teams. We will have a wonderful weekend of whiffs. The weather looks great. Fuck you, Jeff. The hurricane will be well offshore, out of our hair. We have a beautiful venue out in Suffolk County, Long Island, and we are here today to go over the wild card live draw. We'll get into format. We'll get into some of the extracurriculars that will happen this weekend. But most importantly, we want to introduce the 14 teams in the wild card and select them into their preliminary matchups. Food, what did I forget?
Well, you did say Jeff sucks, so that's good. I'm glad you didn't forget that.
Valid.
No, I think you've hit on all things. Oh, we're also going to try to have a little bit of a home run derby this weekend, so stand by for some details regarding that.
Indeed.
Um, yeah, happy to be here. Like Bob said, we've got 30 teams for our annual open tournament. Very exciting. It's a good number. It's a strong number. 16 league teams, 14 wild card teams, and we will do the draw today. And we will set up the wild card schedule, and then we'll go over some format rules, go over some regulation, go over some details that no one will know. And remember, the most important part though is that I will not be there Saturday, as I am attending a wedding for a friend of mine. Shout out Dan Patton. And so it's on you guys to actually know what's going on, because I won't be there to yell or get yelled at, and then or back and forth yell. There should be no yelling, and no Tim
No
D,
yelling. It's a
no Tim
non-yelling
D.
league at this point.
So hopefully everyone can just have some patience. And look, at the end of the day, the goal of any wiffle ball tournament is to win as many games as possible. So if you just focus on that, then there's no need to worry about the format because you just have to win every game you're supposed to play. And
That's fair.
eventually, you get to a point where if you lose, you're done. So it's very just like any tournament.
Right. You win until you don't win, and then sometimes when you lose, that means you don't get to play anymore. Sometimes you lose and you continue to play, which is part of our annual Players' Cup, which of course will be in full effect this weekend, looking to crown yet another champion after all these years of having this wonderful consolation tournament, which honestly is just a great concept. Guys, honestly look forward to not losing, but look forward to having something more afterwards. It's sometimes a drag in terms of being like, I just lost, but at the end of the day, you look back on, you'd be like, that's a good opportunity to have. So we're happy to involve that. We're happy to bring back the home run derby. Happy to have several sponsors this year, which I want to talk about now. The usual suspects being, of course, Wiffle Inc., Font Guys Apparel, Babs Big Flies, the usual guys who are here for us. But of course, My Stats doing our stats. Moonshot Bat is going to be sponsoring the Home Run Derby, which of course we'll get into the format later. But I peeped the list of bats he's planning to send, and he's sending a nice array of weapons for you guys to purchase this weekend if you would like. He's looking for that feedback. He's been taking our feedback into account, and he told me he has refined the new models into exactly what he needs, which is great for all of us, as he's been a great partner for all these years. And then, of course, Woody's Exterminating, Go Geo Courier, MC Autobody in Selden, HTB Flag Football. So, we have a lot of friends and partners that are either contributing with their efforts, their gear, their monetary donations or input into this event, all of which is being used to, create a great atmosphere, starting with this awesome field, which Food Man has put up for us. He
Yeah,
hasn't
I
been
just
there,
wanted to
but
Yeah, no. So I just wanted to highlight the location of where we're going to be playing at. Thank you to Mike Stiles for helping us acquire this field for this year. So we'll be playing. You can see on my mouse, we'll be playing most of the games on this large complex right here. We'll probably get what you say about 10 fields on this field alone, and then we'll have some fields sporadically spread out, depending on how we're able to get everything going, and then possibly a private championship field at one of these spots as well. Very easy to get to. It's about maybe 6 minutes, maybe 10 minutes further than where we played last year. So if you got a hotel or an Airbnb in the same area as last year, not a big deal at all. 5, 10 minutes further, unless you were already past the place. Now you're closer. It's right on the border of Patchogue. Lots of nightlife in Patchogue, which we will be getting into as I zoom out a little bit. I will just show everyone a little area. It is very close to the water. It is very nice. Um,
Styles hates it, bro.
and huh?
Styles hates Patchogue, bro. No, no, maybe he
Oh
likes
yeah.
it. He likes Port
Well,
Jet.
here's the water right here.
Yeah,
And if
that's
anybody
right
knows anything
there.
about Patchogue, it's definitely the screwballs who love Dublin Deck. So a lot to
Oh
do in this
God,
area, a lot of action, and so it'll be a good Friday night and/or Saturday night
yeah,
nightlife for anybody who is interested.
absolutes.
So with that being said, just going to briefly go through our format, right? As usual, our league teams will start in the top 16 bracket, right? As you can see here, they will work their way to try to win 2 games to get to the final four of this bracket, which guarantees them a spot on Sunday. Nothing has changed here for basically 15 years in terms of running this event. Um, Teams will lose, and they will join up with the wild card teams in our national pool play, where everyone will play a total of 5 games. And then after that, we will seed everybody. And basically, unless you're 0-5 or 1-4, you have a very good chance of making it to the evening knockout rounds, which are here, right? If you are a high enough seed after pool play, you will start in the left here and be in this double limb. If you are low enough, you will start in the do or die and basically have to play 3 survival games to advance to Sunday. If you are in the double limb, you have the protection of losing a game without being eliminated and still having a chance to move on. The goal here is to really be the top 4 seeds after pool play, because then all you have to do is win 1 game and you advance to Sunday. And if the teams people remember from last year, we modified this format a little bit because we felt there was a lot of standing around and teams were kind of constantly waiting. So now we have streamlined it where, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 teams could be playing right away, where it used to be 8, and
Yes.
it should flow very nicely. I will bring everyone's attention to this where it says could be moved to Sunday. Last year we had a little bit of a delay, so some of these games did not play. We don't expect that this year, but there are no lights at this facility. So just be prepared that perhaps if the day runs long, this round 8 game possibly could be played on Sunday in the event of it's getting a little too dark. Rob, any thoughts about any of that?
Uh, I mean, it was our priority this year to make sure to streamline some form of preliminary rounds to get all of these games in. We're okay if round 8 doesn't get in. Not that we're okay with it. I think we've gotten to a point where we'll get it all in. But if that round and that round only is the only thing that has to start Sunday morning, we will live with that regardless of what caused it. Um, the biggest thing is the changes we made to the league bracket and their pool play system, which will actually allow it to flow in the same pace as the wild card tournament, which was a big problem last year when the wild card was like relegated to their own fields and they zipped through all their games, and then the usual suspects in the league were, slow to roll. But for good reason, they're fighting for this unique opportunity. So those games really do matter. So with the changes that we made, we should be in a much, much better place. Do you want to get into that very quickly or?
Sure, very quickly. So really very simple. Again, these league teams, as they lose, they will drop into their own league bracket here in pool play, which is this green and orange section. Basically, if you lose in the first round of the big bracket, you'll drop down. That loss does not affect you. It's basically kind of like a free game, your chance to advance, and then you will drop down and play 5 uh, pool play games. Four,
Four.
sorry, four pool play games. My mistake. Right, that was the change. Right, four. So let's go back. Everybody's playing 5 games, right? Everybody's playing 5 games. You are either starting 0-0 and playing four more, or you're dropping down from pool play at 1-0 and then playing three more. So we'll have some teams that you'll see will be 4-0 in pool play, but they're really 4-1, and we have a whole sheet basically trying to come up with like an equivalency. Very simple. Again, the players need not worry about that. That is just a tournament director bookkeeping situation. If you go 4-0 in pool play / 4-1, you're good to go. It's like going 5-0. That's basically all you need to know. If you don't lose in pool play, that's a good thing, right? Your loss from your big bracket does not impact you for the rest of the day. Okay. Um,
The
Everybody else,
biggest
wild card teams, you're playing your regular 5 games. Your record is what your record is, and you will be seated amongst the league teams to get into double limb.
Yes, I guess the one takeaway, especially for wild card teams, and for everyone to understand how seeding will go after pool play, which will involve 26 of the 30 teams, right? 14 of them will have played 5 pool play games in their wild card brackets, and all of the league teams will have played 3 or 4, and will all add up to 4 games at the end of the day. And those 4 game teams will be justified off of 5 game teams. So, for example, going 2-2 and a plus run differential will be a 3-2 team, whereas 2-2 and a negative run differential will be looked at as a 2-3 team. A 3-1 team will be looked at as a 4-0,
One.
right? 3-1 would be a 4-1 team. So you're getting that extra win. So no league team, you're not penalized for anything. And really your only penalty is yes, I get the extra leg up as now I'm treated like a 5-0, but I have one less game to accumulate run differential. So it'll work itself out. And again, you're just trying to win 2 games and not be awful and hang on.
Mhm.
So in order to get to that round 6 game, um, you just really need to keep your head above water in the early stages.
Yeah, and just to understand why we did this is that over the last couple of years, we've tried to mitigate this equity issue by having all the league teams who drop down still playing extra games so that their pool play record is separate from everything else so that they still have a 5 game record. But what was happening is that the tournament was dragging on, too many games were happening, and inevitably it still felt like every team that was the top 4 seeds or really top 5 seeds sometimes were all wild card teams, no league teams. And we felt that that was kind of like a disadvantage to league teams. Like they're you're not penalizing them for playing in the bracket, but you are by basically like you're all playing for the bottom 4 seeds almost. So this system will make it more equitable so that a 4-0 league team could be ranked just as good as a 5-0 wildcard team, and also have the same chance of being in one of these top 4 spots in the double elim. So
Yeah.
I think that's the justification for why we
Again,
did it.
20, what did we say? 20 of the 26
Like 20 of the
teams that are playing in the pool play round will advance into at least a do or die game. So I mean, you're really grasping at straws if you have much to complain about because we're taking a lot more teams that probably deserve to be taken, even
yes,
even
yes.
in an open format, even in a yard format. But do or die games are fun, so we've been changing, a lot of things to streamline us to get to those rounds that actually matter and actually are fun. And let's breeze through pool play because it's just really seeding and to get everyone's feet wet for the day and get a great tournament. So,
And just the other thing to mention here, these bracket games have also been reduced from 5 innings to 4 inning games in order to keep with the pace. So every single game being played in the morning, aside from the semifinal and final of these bracket games, will be a 4 inning game. Once we get to the double limit in the playoffs, time permitting, they will be 5 inning games because they are elimination games. However, if we are running late, we are running slow, we're running out of daylight, weather is becoming an issue, tournament directors have the discretion of reducing those games also to 4 innings. So right now they are going to be 5 like usual because they are your elimination games and they should be more exciting. And you should have to earn your games. But the pool play and these morning games, let's just get through them. 4 inning games, and Should be fine.
I agree.
Right.
There will all these details. I mean, not everyone in the tournament is going to listen to this, right? And so there will be a captain's email coming out
Hmm.
tomorrow, Thursday, likely Thursday, but I'll try for tomorrow. That will highlight a lot of these things. We'll include some of these documents that will be in your clipboard. So I don't want to hear 100 questions, which we'll get anyway. But food won't be there to yell at, so you'll have to come find me, and that'll be tougher to do. So. You know, so everyone can at least digest these little caveats within the format that we won't need to go through, opening ceremonies per se. And, you'll have something to look at and understand. So timing, formatting, who you're playing, when you're playing them, field assignments will all be in the captain's email. Other logistics like parking and bathroom situations and all the other BS will be included in that too. And I'll probably forget stuff as well, but it's very important that folks that are playing do digest that email and get it out to your players. Disseminate that information as you could.
And like I'm showing on the screen here, these are all the things that are going to be in the email and also in your clipboard. Basic rules, and if you're a league team or if you play Golden Stick, all the rules should be the same. Here's again the fielding rules, the who makes the call in terms of what's going on, and then these are all the pitching rules broken down per round and what the pitching rules are. So, for example, here's your Saturday bracket rounds in the morning, rounds 1 and 2. They're 4 inning games, 2 clean and loaded. Pitching rules: 2 innings or 3 runs before removal. Okay. Again, so everything is pretty laid out, but you've got to open the fridge. You've got to read it. So
Sure. Wow.
there.
Good little one
Yeah,
line.
food man, open the fridge. I know.
Yeah,
Got it.
sure. Got it.
Okay.
Yeah, great.
All right. With that being said, are we ready to do the wild card draw?
Let's do it.
Okay. Let me bring that up here.
Half the guys
So
probably don't even know who's in the wild card. What kind of teams we got this
that's
year? Who's
true.
playing?
So you'll see we
Well,
have the Nugent division at the top here, Piazza and Reardon down here. So all these wild card teams are going to be in one of these three areas. We have two governors teams that are league put together teams. In order to keep it equitable, we've already split them up between these two pools so that it's not everyone's not getting basically, I don't want to say free wins, but again, some of these could be new guys, so we're just trying to keep it fair, keep it equitable, and so we've already pre-placed them in these spots. Everybody else will be random. We'll go Nugent, Piazza, Reardon, Nugent, Piazza, Reardon, Nugent, Piazza, Reardon, Nugent, Piazza, Reardon, Nugent, Nugent. Thoughts?
sure. Well, you can't do. Aren't you going to end up picking? I don't know. Well, just pick teams, though.
That's the spirit.
Pick a team, put it somewhere, and I'll agree. I'll have you back.
All right, well, so here's our list of wild card teams. Rob, if you'd like to go through some of them before we get started.
Yeah, we'll start with our defending champions, I guess. Stein, Slivy. Oh, Randy. I mean, we all love Randy and Rob. I don't know if Rob's coming though. Is Rob? I don't know. Either way, Los Crusaders will be there. Phenom's another mainstay. Toast, Jordan, Pagano, Black Dog, Matty Griff, Dean Abb, Russ Hamill, Chaos, Lopes, Brigio, Scott Thomas,
Yep.
Dylan. I don't know. I think it's Scott Thomas actually.
Okay.
Way Too Beautiful, Millsy Potter. I think Brett Polton and maybe Boomhauer. I skimmed his form. We'll put it at that. Who am I missing? State of Mind, Jay, Venti, and Kyle Kaminskis. They originally were looking for a fourth, but I think they're gonna roll as three olds. Then we get into more the league end teams, game changers. Brian Falcon, Joe Cusimano. I think he's bringing Brandon Setio again, and unknown how that roster will he'll probably bring some couple of weird, maybe gay high school kids, which is great. Boys in the Barn coming down from where are they? Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, one of
Maine.
those wonderful states. They'll be here. C Notes, Dan Whitener, Dave Capabianco, and Red Sarno. That's a very strong team. Birdman Bats, a naturals bat company because they were posting some stuff last night. They know Sylvie. They're from the Cali area. They obviously know some whiff, so they'll be here. They've been chomping at the bit all season to get out here. So very excited to meet them and see what they have in order. LI Bandits, the Romaners, Zach Glazer, Lance Bonsignor. I mean, we got guys. We got guys who like to drink. We got guys who love America. We got guys who occasionally hit the ball over the fence or don't. I think that was, oh, and of course, but the not least, aside from the governor's teams, the future of the league, the junior phenoms, the offspring of the Hall of Famer Josh Pagano and co. So very interested in them. I'm sure they'll be better than all of us within 3 years or sooner. Governor's teams in flux, but we got guys.
Okay. We ready to rock?
Let's do it.
Okay. Here we go. Our first team off the board. Nice.
Getting a
It's
lot of
the Junior Phenoms.
It's laggy, bro. It's very laggy on my
Yeah,
end.
bro. Laggy, bro. Got that DSL, bro. Okay. All right. So then you want to do Team B now, and then do B and F in the other brackets, or do you want to do?
Why don't you do team F, go to the other end of the 16 pool,
Okay.
and then do PI, and then go back to your
Great.
regular.
Love that. Love that idea.
Keep a little suspense for a little longer. And again, pool winners, who you play, when you play them, does not matter. You will have a schedule. This is purely for scheduling reasons. State of mind.
Okay. All right. So now we're going to move to the Piazza division, Team B.
I like it.
We've got our Long Island Bandits.
It's not great. My camera is dangerously close to the floodwaters on the beach. Side note, everyone.
Wow, I hate to
I'm
see that.
I'm currently watching it. Like it's literally like 10 feet from the water. But it's luckily it's in the air as long as it doesn't get knocked down.
Way too beautiful off the board. Okay.
All I could think about this week was the Hurricane Open 5 years ago.
Yeah, that was honestly probably one of the all-time craziest events. And then what was even crazier is that we didn't play the finals for another 2 or 3 weeks, and back in Staten Island, and the weather couldn't have been nicer,
Yeah.
and it couldn't have been more of a lackluster final,
Yeah, it
basically.
wasn't it like didn't like Steffi had like a leadoff homer and it was like a 9 inning 1-0 game or something awful.
Yeah, basically, it was like not a lot of offense, and but
Guys throwing too fast and not hitting the ball.
yeah, well, yeah, it sounds like it. It sounds what happens. All right, here we go. Back into the Nugent division here. Team B, Phenoms. Wow, Phenoms, Junior Phenoms, same pool.
Wow. That means they're playing game one. Sick. Can't draw it up any better than that.
Yeah. Okay. And now we'll jump back down to the Piazza division. This will be Team C. Ooh, the barn of the boys.
Okay. Yeah, they are always a threat. Those guys rake.
They do. And Lucas is a great pitcher, and I can't imagine they've gotten worse over the last couple of years.
No,
So,
no, I'm sure they're better. I mean, they could have gotten worse.
Well, we'll see if they succumb to the same illnesses of everybody else in the league, where they start drinking too much, they start doing some drugs.
No, couldn't. No,
They,
no, no. That would make them better. Be like, oh, one of them got married or something.
oh yeah, no, we can't have that.
Now he's retired. Oh wait.
All right, here we go. Team G in the Reardon
Oh,
division.
oh, the team you
Black.
don't want to be is Team G, and it's Matty G. Sick.
Excellent.
Matt G.
There we go. Back to our Nugent division. Chaos.
Were they Chaos last year? Or were they 603 still?
I think they were 603 last year.
Or were they Vendetta?
Is that a team name? I never
Aren't
heard
they
of it.
Vendetta and UWIF? I don't know.
That's really sounds like a dumb team name to me.
Can't keep track. Peep the new hats. Very sick stock.
Very nice.
Instant collector's item because we only have like 10 extras for.
All right, so what do you want to do here? Do you want to fill out the Piazza and Reardon, then do back to back in Nugent, or do we do another Nugent now and then we finish up?
Hmm. Do Team E.
Team arbitrary reasons for stuff. Wow.
An homage to the home fields. Team E goes to the
Gonna be
Los
Los
Crusaders.
Crusaders. That is turning into quite the pool. Okay, and then we will drop down to the Piazza division. We'll do Team D, followed by Team H in Reardon, and then Team D in Nugent. We've got the Game Changers. And reminder that these two groups at the bottom here, obviously you can only play 3 teams in your specific little section. There will be then 2 crossover games relative to your spot in the bracket. So, for example, Boys in the Barns crossover game will be against Black Dog. Bandits crossover game will be against Way Too Beautiful. That's one of the crossovers. You will have 2 crossovers.
Right.
All right, here we go. This will be Team H in the Reardon division. And it looks like we've got the Birdman Bats. Wow, this Nugent division looking crazy at the top. And then to cap it all off, our last team is the C Notes.
Good luck to those teams.
Hey, listen, all you gotta do is go 2-3 and you make it through. So they'll probably go. I bet you that's what happens. They're all gonna go 2-3 and 3-2, and that's fine. They'll have a lot of fun playing meaningful games, and they'll all make the playoffs.
Or the national champions could be eliminated after 5 games.
That would be insane. All right, here we go. Here is our wild card draw. So let's go through it. I will fill in the matchups later. So they have the Junior Phenoms, Chaos, C Notes, Los Crusaders, State of Mind. Down here, the Piazza Division, Governors A, Boys in the Barn, Bandits, and Game Changers. Governors B, Black Dog, Way Too Beautiful, and Birdman Bats.
Tech.
Not bad at all. And again, you may complain about your schedule being too hard or too easy, but at the end of the day,
Join the league.
20 of the 26 teams that will be on this page will make it to the evening round. So, again, you've got to go 1-4 and 0-5 to really not have a chance. And if you go 1-4, you shouldn't have a chance in any format that you play in, to be honest. That's that. Alrighty. So we will work together and fill out our schedule tonight. We will post some graphics this week with the wild card schedule. And then just to review the league play format, as you can see here, these LG1, LG2 here represents games in the NCB bracket. So loser of game one will go here, the loser of game two will go here, etc., etc., and then they will have a schedule built as teams drop, and that is that. Alrighty, same deal again. You got to basically go 2 and 3 to stay alive, and if by whatever reason, if you go 1 and 4 and you're still in, then you're welcome for the most
That's
socialist
not
tournament in
that's
the
if you go 1 and 4, you're done.
world.
You're going. In fact, you're out. You're
You're
out
actually not
completely.
going home. You're going to the Players Cup.
Correct.
Actually, the
Correct.
one thing
Let's
we
get
did
into
not
that.
show. So basically, the Players Cup, if you do not make it out of pool play, you will enter the Players Cup right here, either the 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th, or 26th seeds here. And then as you lose in that double limb do or die section, you will then drop into a spot here in the Players Cup, which these are all elimination games. We have gotten rid of the Players Cup seeding games that we had for a long time. We got rid of them last year. Everyone was a big fan of it. Kept it here this year. So no longer are you guaranteed games on Sunday.
Nor
So
should you be.
we should hope that people will still show up on Sunday to watch some whiffs, hang around for the finals. Um, so basically, let's see, there's what, 4, 8. So there'll be 20 teams still playing on Sunday though, because we'll have 8 Players Cup teams
Right.
and 12
8 and
national
the
bracket
12,
teams.
right.
So we're playing all of these games, and still 20 teams still get a chance to play on Sunday. So that's pretty good to me.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's see, Lopes is texting. I hope we didn't make a mistake. Wow, we got a crazy pool. That's true.
Yeah, well, that's what he gets for going on vacation the week of the Open.
It's true. It's true.
Undisclosed location,
And
Disney.
then here is our Sunday bracket. Again, nothing has changed here. Notice the times, though. We are starting at 9 a.m. on Sunday. Also, we are trying to start before 9 o'clock on Saturday, but so you should be ready to go by 8:30. But 9 o'clock is kind of like the drop dead day. We want to start at 9 so we can get these games in and not have to worry about any weather or daylight situations. And that's that. Any thoughts, Rob?
We will be starting before 9 o'clock on Saturday. Sorry. Um, Again, that will be very strict and laid out in the captain's email, which I expect to be respected by the group. Because otherwise we're left with the situation we had last year. Again, if you fuck around on the front end, the back end of the tournament really sucks, which is what everyone complains about. When you've played your 8 games and you do want to go home, we all want to go home at the end of the day and at the end of the tournament. But let's go home with like, hey, I'm excited to play tomorrow. And I'll be like, oh, I can't believe we have to play tomorrow for $2,000 or $1,000, whatever. Um, yeah, not great, this flooding situation. Anywho, um, home run derby
It's closed.
will be running one. Format is in my mind and will be released likely tomorrow. But that will be an ongoing preliminary round throughout most of the day Saturday, and then based on the timing, we'll probably finish it on Sunday. But that's up in the air. It depends on there's a lot. It's low on the list in terms of how we're going to run it or the timing of it. I want to make sure everyone has the correct information for the meat and potatoes of this tournament, which is actually the hundreds of games that will be played this weekend, which is very exciting for all. And beyond that, I don't have much to add right now.
Yep, I would agree with that. I'm just filling in the schedule here while we got everyone waiting with bated breath. I'm going to
Yeah,
stop.
so we will post the league pool. We'll post the wild card pools in probably a nicer looking way tonight or first thing tomorrow morning, so it's all fresh in your minds for the rest of the week. So you can start bitching and complaining about who you play and when you play them and what field you're on 4 days in advance to ask us first thing Saturday what field you're on. Oh, another big announcement: the national anthem will not be sung by a national champion. It will be sung by
Does he know that?
Uh, well, he does now. He could sing the other anthem. It will be sung by a role player this year. That role player will not be named right now. So we'll just leave it at that. We'll let the other one cry that he's been replaced. And if you can't share the stage, then really you're just there for yourself, which is not really
I
the
gotta be
point of
honest with you.
performing. You're there to please others.
Perhaps a duet would be appropriate.
I did mention a duet, but the artists need to collaborate themselves. We can't force it. It needs to happen organically. So we'll try to put them together, see if they mesh properly, and that'll be a big part of the action on Saturday morning when no one shows up on time.
Hmm. Hmm.
Snack Shack will be open all weekend, so that's good. So we'll bring back to Staten Island. I don't know if it could top the Staten Island, chicken finger shits we all got. They might not have the slushes. The slushes were dynamite.
The slushes were very good.
Yeah.
Especially if you had some
So,
pocket vodka to put in them.
but a very nice field. We'll be honoring a fallen police officer who they have the memorial field for. We'll have our sponsors flags. We'll have our sponsor banners. Everyone will and should be recognized. We also, Babs made two bats for us, one for the MVP of the tournament and another for the GSWL Man of the Year. And that could be a league player, it could be a wild card team player, it could be some guy off the street if they are able to wow us enough between now and Sunday. But thank you to Babs for continuing to put together great weapons for our wonderful art that we're involved with. Yeah, it's not great over here. All right, I'm gonna go and complain about this flooding situation and hope my $10,000 camera's there tomorrow. We'll see.
Well, hopefully it's weather resistant.
I mean,
Are there people surfing right now? Probably because they're losers.
it's dark out now, so that would be
Then they cry
probably
about
the best
getting
idea.
hurt. But listen, I wish all of you the best on Saturday. I will be there at some point on Sunday, but I will not be there Saturday. So good luck. The first Open, I am at least one part of the Open that I'm missing. I feel like ever. I don't think I've missed an Open.
I'll see. How
Ted?
could you?
Yeah, I have nothing else going on, so I don't know.
Some guys have nothing, some guys have
You know,
something, some guys have plenty.
Unlike Red, where we changed the date of the Open to accommodate his wedding, we
We
were
could do
not
that.
willing to do that for this specific individual, and that's fine
I
because
mean,
not worth it. Red was worth
he's
it.
he's got a he had a he's got a there's a history with that one. I can't do this. Wow.
But you got the thing going on, yeah.
On that note, we will post what we can over the next day, and if you have questions, don't ask them.